Hello everybody, Storm here. Welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV Online Shadowbringers. In the last episode, Emmett Selk was able to retrieve Y'shtola from the livestream after she had used Flow again. And then after that, we headed into Katana Ravel, proceeded through the dungeon, defeated the Light Warden, returned at night to Araktika, and then on our way out we encountered several murals which got an explanation from Emmett Selk, in which he revealed that at the time when the world was one, there was a cataclysm that the world was facing, and so the ancient peoples of the time essentially summoned a Zodiarch, in the same way that one might summon a primal. And Zodiarch averted the catastrophe, but there were those of the ancients that feared Zodiarch's power, and so then summoned Hydaelyn to counteract him and contain him. And the two primals fought, and ultimately leading to Hydaelyn's victory and the sundering of the world into the Source and the 13 Shards. So the news that Zodiarch and Hydaelyn are primals is interesting indeed, though these are the words of an Ascian who no one trusts. So, the characters taking anything that Emmett Selk says with a grain of salt, with good reason. But we'll see how things play out. So, after that, we're back here in Fanov. And, need to proceed on because, we're pretty much finished here. But there are some things that I want to do before we leave. And one of those is there are some side quests that I want to do on screen. And when I get to the end of them, end of this side quest chain, you'll see why. And the side quest that I want to do here is the stand-on ceremony. The first in the series will get us an ether current. And that ether current will be the last one that we need to be able to fly. So, once we complete this one, we'll be able to fly, which will make completing the subsequent ones a little bit quicker. So we'll go ahead and work on this today, and we'll see how far we get. I don't know how long these quests are going to take. But yeah, we'll go ahead and give it a go. Let's go ahead and talk to Laniel here. Alright, Laniel would bestow blessings upon you. Okay. Ayami Yatsurugi, the esteemed guest of whom I have heard so much. My name is Laniel, Master of Rites. It is an honor to meet you. Okay, as I understand it, you will soon be leaving to the Katana Ravel. Is that right? I already did. Then the Emperor's wishes will soon be fulfilled. A comforting thought, for with each passing year, more and more of our hunters are lost to the Eaters. We were never a particularly fecund people. Now it is nigh impossible to sustain our numbers. We will not be driven from our homes, our way of living. So long as the trees of the Great Wood stand, so too shall the V's. And to renew our union with the forest, we will be holding a small ceremony wherein we offer prayers to the gods. Would you honor us by serving as witness to this petition to the gods? Very well. Very good. I should mention the ceremony is not a formal affair. In fact, it can be quite lively. But for a hardened warrior such as you, it should prove no trouble at all. When you are ready, travel north of the Morning Stars and speak with my student, Fina. She will explain the rites. Alright then. Now, I was actually working on the other side quests, but I actually can't finish them because they're over here, and there, all of which are inaccessible until I can fly. I mean, am I even going the right way? I don't think so. No, I am not going the right way. Alright, then. There we go. That's where we need to be. Alright, so basically where we're going is like right in the middle of the ruins. Oh. Let me just break out my chocobo just to make sure that these fights go a little faster. Alright, there we go. Alright, there's Fina and Siuna. And they appear to be twins. What business brings you to the Morning Stars? We were asked to come here. And you accepted? This is such an honor. Thank you for coming. Goodness, where are my manners? My name is Fina. A pleasure to meet you. And this is my sister, Siuna. How do you do? Are you certain this is wise? I realize she is an ally of our people, but the ceremony is not meant for outsiders. We cannot go against Master Lenneil's wishes. Besides, we may never again have such an opportunity. If you insist. Now, let me tell you about the ceremony. Alright. As Master Lenneil has likely already explained, we will renew our bond with the Great Wood through prayer. To ensure our prayers reach to the gods, however, we must first beseech the spirits of the forest for aid. Once summoned, we must prove ourselves worthy through combat. Only then will our prayers be delivered unto the heavens. As witness to the rites, it is up to you to do battle with the spirits. If you are still willing, of course. That's no problem. Wonderful. This will be a ceremony to be remembered. Shall we begin then? Close your eyes and we will attempt to draw forth the spirit with our prayers. O gods of the Great Wood, bringers of bounty and wisdom, we call to you now to renew our vows. Alright. For the strength to protect these lands, to be the shield that guard against the accursed light, we seek to combat with your children, the spirits of the wood, to prove to you our worth. By the gods! Ah, there's two of them. The spirits are of opposing forces, fire and ice, a terrible omen. Our prayers are enough to suppress their strength, but we cannot cast them out alone. Please, you must strike them down before they wander off into the woods. Very well. Just a moment. Alright, just had to check something there. Alright. So, here we are. Alright, there we go. Both of them down. Alright, thank you for your help, but in light of what we have witnessed, I think it best we call off the ceremony for now. Spirits of opposing elements is the most dire of omens. The discord between them would prevent our prayers from reaching the gods. Okay. And this would not have happened were she not here. We may try again on the morrow, but she cannot be allowed to attend. Sister, please. She is our guest, handpicked by Master Lanil. My apologies. It seems your attendance was not meant to be. Would you go and inform Master Lanil of what happened? We must remain here and clear the altar. Alright. Let's go ahead and teleport on back. Alright, it's down here. Alright, well, we'll deliver the news. Back so soon? What of the ceremony? Fire and ice. Thank goodness they were not hurt. It is never too late to begin the ceremony anew, but I fear the source of our troubles has naught to do with the spirits. Alright, there we go. So now I can fly here. Nice. Alright. Let's just keep on going with these. The ritual to which you bore witness requires no less than 2 petitioners to summon the spirit of the wood, and they must be of one mind and one heart. Historically, it has always been blood relatives who were chosen. If what you say is true, and not 1 but 2 spirits answered their call, it is a sign of disharmony between them. Until we discover its source, attempting the ritual again could prove disastrous. But I fear the others will not be forthcoming with information were I to press the subject. For our esteemed guest and ally of Ronka, on the other hand, I believe they will be willing to speak freely. Would you speak with the people of Fanov and see if they know aught of any trouble between Fina and Siuna? Alright. We need to talk to various individuals around town. Alright, Fina and Siuna. In all of Fanov, I can think of no one closer. 'Tis little wonder they were chosen to petition the spirits of the wood. In a sense, we consider all here to be family, but twins are said to have an especially powerful bond. It is why it has been strange to see them argue in recent days. They have not been the same since the children and the Yulmorn soldiers breached the border. Alright. Let's see what this one has to say. I speak with Siuna quite often, actually, about our history and the duty to the late Emperor. We were once a nomadic people, or so the legends say, but Yxmaya in her boundless love sought to bless us with a home, and so she appeared before the Emperor of Ronka in a dream and bade him allow us into his kingdom. That is how we found our home and our purpose. Siuna is determined to protect both. Alright. I spoke with Fina not long ago. She heard that I was considering leaving Fanov and wished to talk. It is a decision not to be made lightly, for we may never return once we leave. But now that you and your companions are here, I feel our duty has been fulfilled. I understand the ruins must be protected from the children, but what difference does one guard make? Fina shares my feelings on the matter, and has also considered leaving. Ah, I see. I guess, Lena, the guard captain of the Crystarium, used to, used to live here. Which would make sense. And left. For one reason or another. Alright, there's Lenil. I see. Fina yearns to explore the outside world, and Siuna would remain hidden from it. For as long as I can remember, they were inseparable. Fina's mirthfulness tempered by Siuna's pragmatism. I never realized such difference in principles could divide them so. We have finished with the altar. I gather you have prayed Master Lenil of what happened. We wish to apologize for... There's no need. However, were you to petition the spirits again, I suspect they would answer as they did before. It will not happen again, I swear it. Please say you will let us try again. Yes, let us try with one of our own and not this outsider. The summoning would have worked if not for her. Enough, Siuna. The problem lies not with our guest, but with you and your sister. You have been fighting over the future of Fanov, is that right? Family is not meant to agree on everything, but fail to respect your differences, and before long you will have no family at all. What would become of Fanov and the others, if the others shared in your contempt for one another? If you are to prepare for another petitioning of the spirits, and I expect you are to prepare for another petitioning of the spirits, okay, and I expect you to come to terms before then. If the ritual is to succeed, you must find harmony. I apologize for burdening you further, but may I ask you to accompany them? Of course. Alright, we will make this work, I promise. I'll leave you to your work then. I fear you have a long day ahead of you. Hopefully not. Alright, next. Lenil furrows her brow with a look of both concern and exasperation. Ayame, once more I appoint you witness to the petition, but before there can be another ceremony, a new set of offerings must be made ready, an oblation of meats and fruits favored by the gods. Might I ask you to help with their preparations? Very good. The three of you together should finish in no time at all. When you have gathered what is required, you are to report back to me at once. I will go ahead and begin searching for fruits. I suppose I will hunt for meat, though it will be faster to handle this all myself. I never realized she had grown so cold. She has always been quite prideful and committed to protecting our traditions. I understand her reservations about permitting outsiders into our woods, but to be so unwelcoming even to allies of Ronka, for whom we have waited all these years, it concerns me greatly. Meanwhile, Fina seems more than willing to be the perfect host, but now I wonder if her enthusiasm is genuine. With what you have learned from the others, perhaps now you can get through to Fina and Siuna. Convince them to speak of their troubles. Siuna is by far the most stubborn of the two. Reach her with your words, and Fina too will open up to you before long. Alright. Where are we off to? We need to speak with Siuna. Where is she? Down there. There is a fate there. EXP bonus supply, but it's only going to last for another 3 minutes. Not enough time to actually finish it. Alright, there is Siuna. Alright, again she chooses you as witness. Well, let us get this over with. We require the meat of blue stags for the offering. 3 stags should supply us with enough. I think if you can handle that, I will gather the rest. Very well. Not the does, but stags. There. Alright, there's one. There is a second. What is this? What? Blood spitter? Blood splitter. Oh, blood spiller. There you go. Alright, and there is another one up here. We're getting dangerously close to that fate. Alright, there we go. Let's deliver the meat. Alright, well, I got it. Not bad. Perhaps you are worthy of the others' praise. You are not quite as fast as my bow, though after all of my training I would be surprised if you were. All that training to provide for Fanov and protect the ruins. Growing up, I believed we would always be able to defend these woods on our own, but now... never mind. Would you go and check on Fina? I will see if there is aught else worth hunting. Alright. Now that should be this way. If the markers on my map are correct. Yep. Alright, there you are. I take it Siuna turned you away? Not exactly. Well, you're more than welcome here. I am having trouble finding suitable mushrooms for the offering. If you could bring me 3, I would be forever grateful. I mean, they're just mushrooms. Eureka's mushroom. Alright, there's 2 of them. There should be a 3rd around here somewhere. I'd really not want to fight that thing. There it is. All right. let's deliver the mushrooms. Were you able to find anything promising? Indeed. Yes, these will do nicely, thank you. Never in my wildest dreams did I think I could work alongside one from outside the Great Wood. Yet here you are, and now I cannot help but wonder, what if the future of Fanov lies beyond our borders? The captain of your Crystarium is V's yet, yes? Those who leave our village are never to return, but she is proof they may yet go on to do great things. We could reach out to them, allow them to go freely between here and their new homes, perhaps even establish new settlements. The V's would thrive, and the future of Fanov would be secure. That's how I wish to honor our duty to His Eminence, by finding our sisters who left the Great Wood. That also means leaving behind Siuna. Oh, how I wish you would understand. I think it is time I talk to her. Oh, I guess we heard a scream. Siuna, she's in trouble. Alright, let's go figure out what's going on. Alright, we got some creatures we need to deal with. Oh, that put slow on me. Oh. That's irritating. No, 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 no. There we go. You. Of course it would be you. And now the beasts are gone. No matter, I will find another. Siuna, no, this is all my fault. When she and her comrades first arrived in Fanov, I was elated. Everyone was. It was a chance to learn about the world beyond the Great Wood. I never stopped to consider your feelings, what you might think if you left Fanov. I have always known of your desire to see the outside world. I have only myself to blame for not voicing my concerns. Times have changed, and with your arrival, the greatest of our duties to the late Emperor has been fulfilled. The ruins still require our protection, but perhaps we can find another way, one that does not require we sacrifice our freedom. It would be selfish of me to deny you your dreams for the sake of tradition. You would not be the first nor the last to leave Fanov. No matter where you go, we will always be family. Oh, Siuna. Alright. We're not your only allies outside of Fanov. Indeed. What does she mean by this, sister? You're incredibly talented, and you'll make a fine member of the Guard someday. But we're not all suited for such duty, and those that are grow fewer and fewer. We need help, sister. The V's who now lead lives beyond the Great Wood. And you would find them for us? Then I would make of Fanov a village that welcomes them home with open arms. It is a chance to prosper as we once did before the flood. To ensure we carry on the legacy of our forebears, we must seize it, sister, together. I know not what to say. A word of thanks, perhaps, to our friend here. If not for her, we would still be at odds. Why, you almost sound sincere, sister. If you're done with your jokes, we should be heading back. Lanil will be worried. Alright, maybe we can try this thing one more time. Alright. Let's go speak with Lanil. Oh, that's the wrong thing. Oh well. I need to talk to this person anyway. This is the main story quest. Okay, you are returned and unharmed, I see. Indeed, I am pleased to report that the Light Warden is no more, thanks in large part to you. That the death of a single senior should make such a difference. As our numbers waned, so too did our hope that the ruins we have devoted our lives to guarding would ever find purpose. And here you are, the allies for whom we have waited these many centuries, and with your arrival came the chance to pass on our legacy, the ancient wisdom of the Empire. That alone would have been reward enough. Never did we imagine it would serve to banish the light that pervaded these woods. On behalf of the V's, our forebears, and the late Emperor Ronka, you have our deepest thanks. Right, it is we who should be thanking you. Our journey through the Katana Ravel proved most enlightening. To be privy to such knowledge is an honor, one for which we never hoped. Please, you need not be so humble. But we but do our duty as decreed by the late Emperor. Would that he were still with us to express his gratitude in person. My sister, does this not mean our duty is fulfilled? To our allies, perhaps, the ruins cannot be left unguarded. So long as we live here in these woods, the secrets of Ronka must not fall into the wrong hands. Is Runar still here? No, we escorted him back to Slitherbough shortly after you set out. If you would return the Knights Blessed, we will not keep you any longer. I suspect they would be glad of your company. Thank you, Almet. I look forward to a day when we might share a more leisurely visit to the ruins of Ronka. We will await your return then. Maybe we will be back. But I still have something I need to finish here. Alright, well at least that that gets that out of here so I don't accidentally do that again. So I actually did accidentally click on that quest once, but when I was working on the side quests off screen and had to actually crash the game out to get out of the cutscene. Alright, Lanil. Alright, now that you have the offering, it is time we talked. Alright. No need, Master Lanil. Fina and I are fine. Better than fine. Change has come quickly to Fanov, and we allowed it to divide us when we should have embraced it together. We have learned from our mistake and come to understand that though we walk different paths, our goal is the same. That is all that matters in the end. Well, it is certainly good to see you two are back to your old selves. Well, we did have a little help. Alright. Next quest from Siuna. It is time, Ayame. Fina and I will make ready for the ritual. Meet us at the Morning Stars when you are ready. I overshot a little bit. There we are. Alright, let us begin. O spirits of the wood, hear us. We seek to renew our vow to the gods of the great wood. Alright. For the strength to protect these lands, to be the shield that guards against the accursed light, we demand trial by combat to prove our worth. To Oxcharl, keeper of the winds, to Oxgatorl, keeper of the flames, to Yixlokwa, bringer of rain, to Yixanpa, bringer of the harvest, we beseech you, spirits of the wood, hear our prayers and deliver them. Alright, let's see what we got. A lightning. A spirit of lightning. A spirit born of wind and rain, whose spark brings fire, and from the ashes may come a rich harvest. Our prayers will reach, sister, there can be no doubt. As witness to our petition, we task you now with slaying the spirit. Go forth and see our prayers delivered to the heavens. Alright, that's something I can do. This one's tough. Alright, here we go. The spirit is slain, you did it. I confess I had my doubts at first, but you performed your duty admirably. Ah, so big. Would you go and relay the good news to Master Lanil? We will be along shortly. Oh my goodness. Having trouble getting my tongue to do what I wanted to do. Alright. So let's go ahead and turn this in. Alright, Fina, Suina, I take it you were successful this time? Yes, Master Lanil, everything is as it should be. Though we see the world through different eyes, it does not change how we feel about the Great Wood. In matters concerning Fanov, we are of one heart and one mind. And it is by the strength of your kinship that the V's shall be blessed for years to come. As you know all too well, the fulfillment of our duty to the allies of Ronga has necessitated change, and no few of our number feel uncertain about the future. But I believe we have found the answer to our woes, the means by which we may see Fanov thrive once more. For centuries we have trusted none save our own, then that will prove our downfall, for none can survive in this world alone, not even the guardians of Ixmaya. There is much to be gained from opening our doors to the outside world, and your presence in Fanov has proven that. On behalf of all the V's, you have our humblest thanks. As for you two, I expect great things of you in the future. Thank you, Master Lanil. We will not disappoint you. Vina has decided to venture out into the world and find more of our fellow V's who might be willing to return home. And Siuna has pledged to protect Fanov and help make our village a place where they will feel welcome. Two paths to the same goal. Still, I will miss you dearly when you are gone. But I have yet to even decide where I will go, sister. There is still time for us to be together. You can head out to the Crystarium. It's not that far off. Though I suspect that Lena would probably want to stay in her post. He seems to have found a place there. Alright. Now, Protectors of the Wood. We need to do that one next. Alright. Yeah, mate. You could not have come at a better time. Siuna and I have been given leave to explore beyond the borders of Ixmaya. As we know nothing of what lies past the borders of the Great Wood, I suggest she visit somewhere close to home. Slitherbough. For us to go alone would likely incite panic. In your company, however, they might be at ease. I apologize for this abrupt request, but we would be most grateful if you could introduce us to the people there. Then it is settled. We will await you at the Wild Fete near the entrance to Slitherbough. Alright. Get my sword poking through the bottom of this thing. Alright. Gwynford and Valen. Ah, these two. If you know these two, would you mind... Mwahaha! We've been expecting you, Ayame. Your coming was foretold in the Gospel of Gwynford. The Great Serpent speaks to me once more of azure flowers, sacred temples, and secrets engraved on an ancient tablet. A calamity is upon us, friend, and our divine protector would see it averted once more. He was hell's bent on coming here, and somehow dragged me along with him, though I wasn't exactly inclined to stay behind, seeing as how his visions have been right before. You know anything of this talk of visions and calamities? Yeah, we do. The calamity, yes. I can only be avoided with the guidance of the Great Serpent. Have you seen it? We do not know this Great Serpent, but if it is snakes you seek, you'll find them along the banks of Majoral's Regret. Yes, it makes sense it would be near water. After all, it was at Lake Tusimekta when we first met. Oh, Great Serpent, your servant comes for you. Wait, it's not safe to go alone in these woods. I apologize for his unusual behavior. He means well. Perhaps, but such recklessness can prove fatal. Ayame, would you go and make sure they are safe? Well, while you see to them, I will take this one to Fanov. Alright. The Great Serpent again. Alright, they're down there. Oh, looks like they found the Great Serpent of Ronka. But, there are some predators here. Alright, let's deal with them. Where's me? Where's my chocobo? Oh well. I'll be fine. Alright, there we are. Let's talk to Quinford. I'm glad to see you are unharmed, Great Serpent. Scree. Yes. He refused to leave without that thing. I presume this is the Great Serpent he was looking for? I beseech you, give me a sign what calamity would threaten the forest. We should return to Fanolf and consult Master Lenil. She will know how to handle this. Wait, oh great one, this ground is not fit for you to slither upon. Allow me to carry you. Oh my. Okay. Back to Fanolf and speak to Lenil. Oh, going the wrong way. There we are. Get rid of that. They bring with them 2 guests from Slitherbow. Very well. Let us see what they have to say. This is the Great Serpent. A most fortuitous turn of events. This gift you speak of is not unknown to us, though it is rare. A child of Fanolf born with such a gift would be appointed Keeper of Whispers. It would be most unwise to ignore this vision. Keeper of Whispers, yes, I rather like that title. He also spoke of a monstrous snake in the lake to the west. Perhaps he meant the legend of Lozotl and its battle with the winged serpent? There are a number of tablets in the Great Pyramid of Uxner which tell of such tales. The one we seek may be among them. However, only the Emperor or one of sufficient status may pass through those hallowed halls. As bearer of the Seal of Ronka, you have been granted leave to enter. If you would bring me the tablet, I can decipher its writings. Might I accompany her? Not inside, of course, but close enough to see the temples I have beheld in my visions. We can escort you, but you must not run off as you did before. Let's see. Alright, well, let's switch over to the Magitech armor. Let's see, where are we headed? Up there. The first is going to be right around the corner here. There is a stone tablet. Let's grab it. If you cannot read its script, you see the image of a Namazu is engraved on the tablet. This likely has nothing to do with the Great Serpent. Of course it's the other one. There's actually 2 of them here. Though you cannot read a script, you see the image of a snake is engraved on the tablet. You tuck it away in your clothing for safekeeping. And this one? Though you cannot read the script, you see the image of a curl is engraved on the tablet. This likely has nothing to do with the Great Serpent. Alright. Speak with Quinford, which I think he's in the area here. Wait, hold on, I missed him. Alright, the tablet. You found it. Come, I would know what its secrets hides. Or what secrets it hides. There we go. Oh, my. Oh, that's not the... Wrong button. Alright. How did you fare in the Great Pyramid? Well, I found the tablet. Yes, this is indeed the tablet we were looking for. A moment while I pore over its writings. Thank you for your patience. I have finished deciphering the tablet, and its contents were informative. By the Emperor's command, the stone giant Lozatl did clash with the serpent. The battle raged for many days and many nights, and finally the ancient guardian stood triumphant. The dreaded snake was sealed in an immense jewel, its true name never to be uttered again. The years spent in slumber quelled its rage, and the seething ire it once exuded became a benign aura. Man came to worship the jewel, and thus the great destroyer became the great protector of the wood. After the great sealing, the Emperor commanded his fiercest sentinels to the east to keep guard of the Great Pyramid of Uxner. To the west, he sent his priests who would watch over the slumbering serpent from the covered halls of Dwatl. Together they would protect the Empire, and so did it thrive. Alas, in a strange twist of fate, the temple to the west would be submerged beneath the waters of Lake Tusi-Mekta, its priests drowned. Lamenting their loss, the great protector thrashed and writhed within the great jewel, stirring the power of the earth, causing the trees to grow ever thicker, ever greener, and the guards of the pyramid would become guardians of an ever-expanding forest. And the V's have remained here all this time? Incredible. Master Laniel, were there really protectors other than us in the Great Wood? I cannot say for certain, but this is not the first time I've read such claims in our ancient texts. Can you imagine it? 2 tribes protecting the whole of Raktika? Even assuming they existed, we would have no way of tracing their lineage, but I do not think these priests are who we were meant to find. One who shares their gift in reverence for Ronka now stands before us. We'll be honored to work alongside you in protecting Raktika in the ruins of Ronka. It would be an honor, but I fear I am not worthy of such a position. It is not a question of worthiness. It matters only that you are willing, and when the time comes, I intend to leave and search for our V's sisters who would join us. Perhaps this is the calamity my vision foretold. the plight of your people, the growing reality that Ronka's history may one day be lost to time. And the Great Serpent has chosen me to be your savior, a new keeper of whispers to protect and serve the Great Wood. Speaking of which, where did the snake go? It was here but a moment ago. Return to slumber, no doubt, but should the Great Serpent have need of us again, I will be here waiting, listening. Oh, there it is. If his head weren't in the clouds, he might notice. I don't suppose you'd be willing to take it with you before he comes to his senses. So long as he remains here, I'm afraid he'll be convinced a calamity looms around every corner. Go on, take it. If all that stuff about the Great Serpent is true, we'll still have his visions to warn us of danger. It would seem friends of Fanoff can be found closer to us than I dared hope. I will consult our chieftainess that we may formalize an alliance with Slitherbow. An alliance, yes. We will protect Raktika as they did in the days of the Empire. Villages of the east and west working together as one. And that did end up taking a lot longer than I had thought it would. But we get the Great Serpent of Ronka minion. Which is the only minion that matters. Let's see. Where did it? Oh, I actually haven't opened it yet. There we go. There it is. Okay, so I think we'll go ahead and call it a day there. And then when we come back for next episode, we'll return to the main story quests and see where this takes us. I'm assuming back to the Crystarium for rest and consideration of where we're going to be going for the next Light Warden. Alright, so for now, hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Go ahead, like, subscribe, and comment, and I will see you next time.